c5.
Sure.
I mean, can you play it against e5? I don't know.
Sure. I mean, it depends. It depends.
Depends.
Really, the only setup I don't like playing against is if they play a bishop to c5. And, like any setup where this bishop gets fianchettoed, I think it's applicable. Yeah, I don't play the g3 move order, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't play it against this.
Yeah, and then here, like, I mean, what sort of setup do you play against this? Do you play the whole e3, knight e2, d4, or what?
Well, I don't play this move order, so.
Well, okay, how does your move order go?
So I play knight c3 here.
Okay, so now if they play.
Yeah, so if they play knight f6, I play knight f3.
Oh, okay. Then I guess is this a terrible move? I think there was a game like this, wasn't there, in like Iranian? I don't know. I have no idea actually.
I mean, it's fine. No, I mean, if e4, you'd play, I think, knight d4.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, this is fine. I just hate playing. I hate playing against the like the reverse Rosalimo stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, I play this.
Yeah. I guess the better way for them to do it is like, okay, so this.
Right. But now I'm attacking this pawn.
I guess they can't.
Yeah. I mean, I just went a pawn, so yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
So yeah, I don't. So that's why I wait for g3, because I don't play.
And then.
Yeah, bishop c5, whatever, knight f3.
Yeah, I mean, I could consider switching to this move order because of that, but like, I mean, the thing is then you couldn't. There are some positions where it'd be like, I guess if they play that, then it's like, if they play this immediately.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. There's no botvinnik anymore, but that's okay. Yeah, I mean that move order works well too, I guess.
I mean, and you can transpose if you really want. I mean, like if you really want to, you can just play g3, bishop g2. And then knight f3 later if you really want to, but
yeah.
I mean, you can also just play e3 here if you. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, yeah, and then this, I guess that's why you were confused when we were talking about like forcing reverse Maroxy. They can force reverse Maroxy in this position because because your knight on f3. Or I guess they can't. They can't.
Well, no. Yeah.
Yeah. This.
Yeah, here I just play this.
Oh, okay. Interesting. That's not mainline, is it?
Yeah, it's mainline.
Oh.
It's basically like a 4 knights English.
Yeah. I guess.
I mean, you can still play g3 here, you know.
Yeah, I mean the lines I'm used to is like, yeah, if they play g3, and then I guess you can force some Maroxy here though, because you can't pressure here.
Yeah. This is just a reverse Sicilian.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it just gives different positions. Okay, it doesn't really matter though. Okay, if they play knight f6 though, I guess you can just wait to see how they commit. Like if I
but see, I don't like this because then they can play d5. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I don't play g3 actually. I played this actually because if I play this and they play like a King's Indian, I don't play the fianchetto.
Right. But you can play the botvinnik against that. Is what I'm saying.
Against like the King's Indian.
Yeah, you just don't play d4. You play d3.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing to do.
Really? Your favorite thing to do, I guess, actually.
Because I think the botvinnik works best against King's Indian setups.
Really? Like,
for sure.
Do you have any example games?
Yeah, I mean, I have a few.
I mean, I don't know. I'm fine with any of it.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. They play here. You play here. They play here. You play here. I mean, whatever they do.
I guess this is the sort of stuff you want to play f4, f5 against.
Yeah, exactly. And you're better set up for it because of this g6 pawn.
Yeah.
Give Peace a chance asked, what about early f5? I mean, on what move? On move 2? If they play f5 here, I play d4. And this is already better for white. Yeah, that's more of a trappy thing, but...
Well, it's not... I mean, it still does give a better position for white.
Yeah. But I think d4 is a more principled move.
Yeah, d4 is probably more principled, but... I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so like...
Okay, so let me show you
more
another example. Yeah. Okay, so you can also do it against this idea, so... I also really like it against knight f3 on move 1. Because it usually signals g3, and so I think it's a really strong system to play. So g3, g6, bishop g2, bishop g7, d3, d6, castle, knight g7. Okay, so a3. So what do you play here?
Ace a5.
Good. Okay, rook b1.
Oh, this is the same sort of stuff. Just castle.
Yeah, good.
No.
Yeah, good. Knight e1.
Okay, so now.
Well, you want to try to threaten this move, right? d5.
Yeah. Okay.
So how do you do that?
But it doesn't force d3 here, so you.
Right. But I mean, you have to do it. I mean, you have to try to force. You have to try to threaten it anyway, right?
Okay then. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now,
So
now white play knight d5.
Okay, so that's faster now. Okay. Do you? Okay, b5.
No. Careful.
Oh, no.
You're losing all your pieces.
Sorry, you're rook. Yeah. You play rook b8 first.
Good. Rook b8. Okay, so don't hang on your pieces, but yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the exact same idea as it was last game, except white was a little bit faster because notice in this game white never played b3.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's good.
okay, so knight c2, and now what?
Now b5.
Very good. Okay, so knight e7.
Check.
Oh, knight takes e7.
Good. Knight e3. Okay, now it's different. Don't forget because he hasn't played b3.
He has not played b3.
So how does that change things?
I mean, you could do 2 different things. I guess. I mean, hey, you don't want to take there. You don't want to take because d6 will be weak. I mean, if you do play b4, then he can respond immediately with a4. And you can do that before too because his knight's not on c3 anymore. So b4 probably isn't good because he can lock it up.
Right. So this is
A4
another very important positional aspect of it. So how do you force a file to open in your favor?
I mean, if you do take on c4, it does leave d6 weak. So I don't think that's good. I mean, you do get maybe some squares. I don't know, but yes, I don't think you want to take. I mean, you could play. If you play a, I mean, it seems like playing a4 would be too slow. Like if you played a4, just for example, like this, I guess you have to play queen h5 or something because you can't play b4 instead of playing this pawn.
Well,
So,
careful.
Yeah, no, I'm just showing like it. I don't know.
So yeah, the right move here is a4. So the point is you do
A4.
want to take here, but you want to fix this pawn on b2 first.
Okay.
So
'cause if you took there before, I mean, what difference would it make taking there first?
well, if I took there first, then you can't play a4, right?
Oh yeah.
Because I could just take back, and now you have never a4. So now I can always play b3 whenever I want.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so there's a big difference. So a4 first, and now of course if take, what do you play first?
If takes, do you interpose this move?
Yeah, exactly. Now you have a huge positional bind on the queen side, which is exactly what you want. And, I mean, these pieces are all stuck. So
Either he moves his okay, that's not good.
so he plays bishop d2, and now what do you do?
Okay, the question is, I guess, can you play b4? No, you'll hang stuff then. Can't play queen a5. Can't play d4. Maybe, okay, hold on. b4, if he takes there with the queen, then queen a8, then you get the file. That doesn't look good. I don't know. I mean, I was considering, like, if b4, hold on. Queen a8 here. I don't know, that doesn't work. Okay, hold on. Do you just play, hold on, if you play queen b6, no. Can you play rook a8, and then, no?
No, I mean, your rook is well positioned here. But I mean, you've done everything except for open the file, right? So, yeah exactly. Okay, so bc4, dc4, okay, now what?
I guess you need to protect this. Well, okay, sorry. Can you play, is playing rook here terrible?
No, it's good.
Oh, it is good, okay.
Okay, I mean, you just want to double on the file, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so bishop c3. So now doubling doesn't do as much, but what can you do instead?
Can you play, okay, you can't play d4, wait, I mean d5, d6.
Well, what pieces do you want to exchange?
You can't do that. You want to, I mean, I guess your bishop isn't great right now, but it could be useful for trying to do that. Your knight, I guess, can you play knight here and try to use this square? Try to get it to d4?
Okay, but what does it do on d4? Also, you're hanging a knight.
Yeah, also that is hanging my knight. Okay.
No, so what pieces do you want to exchange? What's black's best, or what's white's best defender?
White's best defender is this bishop, I think.
Okay, and what's black's worst piece right now?
his worst piece. I guess your bishop.
Yeah. So how do you exchange those
So-
bishops?
I mean, can you play e4 immediately, or should you play f5?
Careful.
F5.
Yeah. F5, right?
Yeah. Yeah. F5.
Okay.
'cause
Queen
it helps.
D2, and now what?
Okay, I guess now e4.
Good.
Let me look. Yeah.
Exactly. So Queen D2, E4, bishop takes.
King takes.
Okay. Rook FD1.
So now you gotta be careful with this pawn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you? That looks way too passive.
What does?
I'm playing knight here.
Yeah, you have to, but it's okay.
Have to, it's okay.
I mean, because notice this pawn is temporary. This pawn is permanent, right?
Yeah, and like, all these things are Okay.
So yeah, black went on to win this game, but notice that you have to be very careful with your pawn pushes on the queen side, and you have to make sure that you have open lines because that's really what your bread and butter is. So you need to make sure the center stays locked up enough for you to open up a line on the queen side, and then you have to just pressure the queen side as much as possible. So
Okay.
So that was that game.
So what setups would you want to attack their king side with?
Right. Okay. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
Okay. Yeah.
We're gonna get to that. Okay. Okay. This doesn't really qualify, I guess. Let's see. Okay. Let's do this one because this one's a little bit of a different animal. Okay. So. C4, C5, knight F3, knight C6, knight C3, E5, oops, not that, G3, G6, bishop G2, bishop G7, D3, knight G7, bishop D2, D6, okay, so knight D5, early knight D5.
Okay.
So here, you can actually just take that.
Okay.
And then take, yeah, exactly, good. Okay, so E4.
Oh, see now you want to do that because it's gonna try to undermine F5. Can you play it immediately, or should you castle first?
Yeah, I mean it doesn't hurt to castle first, but you're gonna have to deal with some other stuff before you can play F5. So okay, so castle.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna play this move now.
Ooh.
So now it's clear who's going on what side, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to be a little careful here. You can't allow this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but you don't really want to take here, right?
Yeah, she played B6?
Yeah, exactly. So it's a twofold purpose, right? One is to defend this, and then what's the other?
The other is just to...
Well, what does it open up?
I mean, do you want to move your bishop there or there?
Yeah, you gotta want to move it here, right? Hit this pawn.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So A4, this guy is going for your king. Okay, so now this is an important move. So you'd like to play F5, right?
Yeah.
But what square is the key in the F5 breaks?
What do you mean by which square is like? Okay.
Like there's a reason that there's usually a preparatory move you play before F5.
H6.
Right, exactly. So it's twofold. One is to keep knights out of G5 and E6, and the other is to keep bishops out of G5 to force exchanges, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So H6 is a good preparatory move. There's no need to rush F5. Like, it's never going away, right? So you might as well prepare it as best as you can. And now you don't have to worry about, light squared weaknesses because, this pawn chain makes sure that F5 is going to be well supported. So, okay, so he plays A5. Okay, now you have to be careful because he kind of has some threats.
Yeah. Okay.
So the chief one being... if he takes here, you'd have to take back with the queen, and that's not something you want to do.
You don't want that. So rook b8.
Yeah, rook b8 makes sense actually, but black used a tactical variation and played bishop a6. So the idea is if he takes, you can take back now, and also he's threatening d3. So he's kind of gaining a tempo that way as well. But rook b8 wasn't bad. So so white played queen b3 to defend the pawn. Okay, now is an important point. So notice how white's gaining a dangerous initiative on the queen side. So is there a way we can kind of neutralize it somewhat?
Neutralize it.
So we want to try to lock it up, right?
Yeah.
So is there a way we can do that?
I'm trying to look at how to lock it up. if you play, okay, so you can't